Meow meow.
Meow.
The time of now is upon us.
Yay!
So how's things?
Things is good.
That's good.
Do we know if we have Buck with us?
Buck said might be running a bit late.
Okay.
I think... I don't know. This is gonna be a low-key time, because technically I'm already on hiatus, right?
True. Everyone excited for date night?
I hope
Date
things...
night. They're fruits.
Yeah, we are. In summary, meow.
Woof.
Wow. Whoa!
What?
I said whoa!
Why have you said this?
Wow.
Because everyone's making animal noises, and Crash Bandicoot is an animal.
It's
A
true.
bandicoot, in fact.
I saw him at the zoo.
Crash out Bandicoot.
What did he get locked up for? DUI?
Dewey.
Eating a bandicoot.
Understandable. Death.
The kitten I am taking care of is currently viciously fighting an empty pill bottle.
Understandable. Can you believe that Magic the Gathering is allowed to exist?
Can you imagine? Can you believe any of these card games are allowed to exist? It's just gambling. Literally just gambling.
I didn't mean like that. But like, yeah, also that. I just mean Magic
Like,
the Gathering is...
I have a desire to play the physical game, but at the same time, I don't want to spend like a bajillion dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I play the, that Forge Adventure thing.
Uh,
I have a little bit of that, so people are hearing some of those sound effects in the background, meow.
I am going to wait for like, I don't know, maybe 5-10 minutes. If Buck doesn't show up by then I will just start everything. They don't necessarily need to know what happens during date night, but it helps not to have to recap him when he does show up.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And he's expected to be here, so, you know, that's a good enough
Yeah.
reason itself, eh?
Yeah. So I will be right back. Take care of some things. I have my water, luckily, but I need to get an energy drink.
Oh.
I should also get water.
Ba-ba-da-ba. There's so many of the game mechanics are comically bad, and you would be laughed out of a game design school if you tried to implement them nowadays.
And yet, magic is.
And yet it persists because they've made a couple of catastrophically bad ideas and then spent literally the last 30-ish years trying to fix them.
Mm-hmm.
The most obvious one being the fact that you draw your resource as opposed to simply gaining it. Pardon me.
I mean, it's a good design if you're trying to sell cards.
No, not even then, because you look at other games. Hearthstone, Force of Will, this actually does a really innovative thing where you have a separate deck for your resource, that you can draw a resource out of it as a separate deck. That'd be great as a default rule for Magic the Gathering.
I would argue that the reason why they're like that is because the other companies aren't quite as predatory as Hasbro. They're predatory, but they're not as predatory. But I mean, we've seen how predatory Hasbro is and Wizards of the Coast is.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I need to take a bio. Oh, actually, Buck is here, but I will take a bio.
Mm-hmm.
Haba.
Haba. When Bucket returns, we will all be here. Unless someone else leaves, that is possible.
Yeah, sorry about the lateness. My brother-in-law decided that today would be a good day for us to get some stuff that he was intending to get done before he has to leave done, and unfortunately one of those things turned out to be something he and I should not be doing.
Oh no.
That sounds so ominous when you put it that way.
Yeah, we were trying to change one of my mother's headlights, which is out, but she has a car that's built really stupid, so you have to remove pretty much the whole bumper in order to do it.
Oh jeez.
So after spending a lot of time trying to figure out a way to get the lights changed in a way we wouldn't have to do that, we realized, no, this is flat out made to be like this. So yeah, we're just gonna put it back together, and I guess we'll go deal with this by taking it in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just cut your losses.
We did, however, manage to mostly fix the ride-on lawnmower and my dad's old truck.
Oh.
Oh, and I am live.
Yay!
I am being kicked by a cat.
More like you than you think.
I am being observed by a dog.
He is
Wants
observing
my-
you to gauge when he commits crimes.
I think he wants my chicken burritos.
Probably. Chicken burritos are his favorite food, along with any other food you happen to be eating at the time.
Mm-hmm. Vibes.
Yee.
Bah,
Hi.
bah, bah, bah,
Bah.
bah. I'm going to go live. Bah,
I already am.
bah. Anyway, how's everyone doing?
Pretty good.
You dealt with some poachers earlier.
Mm-hmm.
You unpoached
Yeah.
the poach.
And only one of them died.
Sorry.
Yeah, they had it coming.
It's okay. Sometimes you melt people.
I'm just imagine Uli just slowly walking up to this guy, hands out, dude. Doo-doot. And then touches him. He just goes, ah!
Ah!
Not even, not like the impassive, ah! Just like that. Just like a very, very, like, loud yelp. And he's gone.
Ah!
Ah!
Oh, the like one frame of scream and then
Yeah, the
all
one
it
frame of
does is the
scream, like,
reverb
ah!
off.
Yeah.
I see, I see.
Mhm.
So yes, last time you unpoached the poachers. You captured most of them alive. One of them got a little extra crispy. Probably won't be revived because they're kind of reviled. Apparently Soul decided to see how much background writing I actually do in my spare time, and she found out that it's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, she asked if there's any sports in this universe, and I had like 3 examples ready to go right then.
Mhm.
Neat.
Flips to page 82. So,
I don't have an entire Bible, okay? I have one really long page that goes to line 8,000.
That's so many lines.
I only have one page of lore. Just a spoonful.
Well, you see, I feed my things into ChatGPT, so that way it always just redirects onto itself. So the lore is not really lore; it's more of a feedback loop, and then weird things happen.
What?
No, I'm joking. A lot of DMs have been found to be writing lore with ChatGPT, and it's really terrible stuff. Like not bad as in content, but like bad as in like narrative and redundancy. It's a lot of redundancy. It's a lot of like the same thing happening over and over again, because that's how ChatGPT works, or LLMs in general work. Anyway, rather than talk about the recent DM drama, let's get back to how things were in this campaign. Things happened after you came back. Many things, yes.
What?
Many things.
Many things happened. You contacted girlfriends.
We observed
then-
the elves being cute.
And I believe Selig split off to do chores and things.
Mostly basic hygiene, because scales require it.
Anyway, yes. Let us start with the date night group first, and then we'll go to the buck. I think what I'll do is I will have 2 actions for everybody, and then I will go to Buck, who then will have 2 actions. Does that sound fair? So that way it's a lengthier roleplay for everyone involved.
Okay.
So, in that case, you arrive at this illustrious restaurant that totally has the fanciest of everything. It is run by a little mouse folk, which you know. Does anyone remember her name?
I am terrible with names.
I know nothing.
Anyway, her name is Lilia. She is the bartender at Bubbly Nook.
Hi, Lilia.
Oh, hi. How are you today? I hope you're doing good.
Yeah, I'm wonderful.
Did your little friend ever recover? I was afraid because, you know, I thought they might get hyperglycemic, if you're eating all that cake all at once. Like,
She's
is their pancreas
fine.
okay?
I
I
assure
think
you,
she's like built for eating sweets. Oh, are you there too? Sorry.
yeah, I assure you they are fine. I'm pretty sure that I theoretically in nature they eat a lot of like nectar and honey, so they eat a lot of high sugar foods
My
anyway.
blood is made of insulin.
That can't be good for you.
See, she's
Any-
fine.
Anyway, like Lilia takes out a cloche with or I guess more of an it'd be a cake display, and like trades out the metal one for a glass one.
Oh, she's like Iron Man. She learns from her mistakes.
But anyway, there's a whole lot of you here. I can put together 2 tables, and you can sit there, and or you can sit at the bar. Either way is fine.
Oh, Terry, you want to sit at the bar?
Yeah, anywhere's fine. Like, what do you want to do, babe?
Well, oh, I want a good view of the kitchen. I want to see the bar.
Okay, let's sit at the bar then.
Does anyone else want to sit, or is it still my...
I think it's your focus right now.
It's your focus right now.
Yeah, where am I?
Okay.
I'm probably
Sorry, I wasn't sure how to interpret that. So I guess since we're here, what kind of foods do you like?
Oh, I'll eat anything. Standard Ratkin stuff.
That's fair.
I like, obviously cheese. Everyone likes cheese, right?
Oh, absolutely. Cheese is wonderful.
Unless you're lactose intolerant, but I think that's a myth. No way anyone can't eat cheese. That's not possible. I'd die.
Um, Philia, do you happen to have like one of those things where you get like a pot of melty cheese and you dip stuff in it?
Fondue.
Oh, yeah, fondue. I do that. We have it. It's usually special order, but I have the cheese right here.
Can we get some of that?
Oh, yeah. That's normally a party thing, so maybe we should get a bigger table.
Oh, okay. Absolutely.
And she like scampers to one of the tables and like drags chairs to it so you can all sit around it. Just basically 2 more chairs, so it's a table for 6 instead of 4.
Sorry, we were talking about cheese and I couldn't help. wanting something like this.
Oh no, that's fine. I like cheese. I mean, fondue is great. So, she focuses on everyone else, not just Keza. But does anyone else want something else, or do you want to make this, a whole deluxe set?
I mean, why not? If you're already getting it out.
And our Madam Witch here? Do you have any preferences?
Well, if we're having fondue, I'll play that with it. I'll join in.
Okay. She says as she puts 4 large pots onto the into the hearth, and starts tossing various cheeses inside. And it takes her like maybe only a few minutes before the fondue is like, or the cheese starts to melt. So then she takes the cheese off the heat, allows the cast iron of the pots to essentially get to a equilibrium, and she then like puts like 4 little candles, like tea candles, on the table, and puts the pots on top. Then she brings an assortment of cheeses, fruits, or not cheeses. There's already cheese. You're not gonna dip cheese in cheese. I mean, that's a little crazy. I mean, I dip cheese in cheese, but yeah, you get like
your number.
bread cubes. You get fruit and vegetables, some meats.
Mm-hmm.
One of the 4 pots is nothing but like a seed oil of some sort. So that's more of a dip and fry kind of thing.
So just to confirm, who exactly is all here?
Everyone except for Buck. So it'd be Ellie, it would be you, it would be Keza, it'd be Terry, and it'd be Rini.
Okay.
Anyway, I'd say just go as a whole group, because it's weird to have like a party dinner and have turns like this. I'll just switch between groups, Buck being by themselves and everyone together. So yeah.
I'm terrible with names. Just to make sure, Rini's the kobold, right?
Yeah, Rini is your girlfriend, or at least the person you are dating.
Hypothetically.
Hypothetically dating.
I just remembered that Keza is currently a color riot with trans-color fur and a neon yellow sundress.
Yep.
I'm very happy.
Blessed.
About it.
Mm-hmm.
Do we still have the temporary hit points?
You should, yes.
Does
You have
that
not done a
have,
long rest.
Okay. Does that have a visual?
Yes, you can apply visuals to it. You don't want to right-click the icon itself. You want to right-click the icon in the actors page.
No, I meant flavor-wise. I think there was a visual description of how it looked when we got the temporary hit points, but
I think it was more of a glow that faded.
okay.
Or no. It was like some kind of extra armor effect, I believe, the way Jenna explained it.
The one now?
I don't remember if there was a like visual description, but it was
Yeah,
kind of
it was
described
like
as being like
yeah,
a hardening of the
yeah,
general
hardening.
physique.
Yeah. Anyway,
Where?
anyway, as things progress, Ellie is consuming the cheese and enjoying it greatly. Talks about something about the consistency being 95% ideal for this form of dairy product. While Terry just kind of goes to town. She's gone ahead and like made essentially a shish kebab and just dumped the whole thing into the cheese and is now eating it, while Rini is daintily putting one piece at a time inside.
Leon is trying to surreptitiously help Rini reach anything that she's having trouble reaching. Due to his arms longer.
She like accepts the things you're giving to her and like doesn't really think twice about it until she realizes you do so because your hands touch, and she pulls back immediately and just like, "What are you doing, you idiot?" And she just kind of flushes and like offers you a horrifically cheese-laden thing.
Horrifically cheese laden.
Yeah, totally. Your air-based digestive system can totally handle this extraordinarily heavy thing she's given you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try to roll. I'm gonna roll performance to see if I can keep a straight face.
Best performance.
That's it's a natural 20. So that's face is kept straight. Oh,
Well, here's
Thank
the
you.
question: do you want to keep your face straight, or do you want like the reaction that would happen to anyone that eats this contraption, this abomination she's made?
I think he is.
Because the urge for you to go like have a massive "oh my god, this is good" reaction is there. But if you want to keep a straight face, you can go ahead and keep a straight face.
Oh yeah, no, it's gonna be the "oh my god, this is good" reaction.
But yeah, you like eat it, and like in your mind of your mind of minds, there you are now in like a cheesy palace. You're having a full-blown food anime reaction right now to this like dairy ensemble that's been collected.
I think Leon still takes a second to eat it. Like he's doing it slowly, bit by bit.
He's going, oh my god, that's good. Oh my god, why is this so good?
I
Seems
think with the
normal.
natural 20, he's more playing it off
Yeah,
as
he's playing
savoring
it off
the
as
food.
yeah, okay. He's trying very hard not to make a face while he's eating this dairy. This is horribly heavy food that he should not like, but he's just like,
I don't know if it's that he doesn't like it, or that Air Jones he don't like it. It's that it's
it's digestive issues later.
yes. Although he's also probably certainly not used to it.
At the end of the night, Arleon's just seen drinking from the cauldrons.
Seems reasonable.
I mean, that's what happens when anyone tries fondue for the first time.
I'm looking forward to my first time trying fondue then.
What's Ellie like?
Ellie is currently considering what she wants to try. Rather than the elegant plucking of Rini, she is thoughtfully trying to make the best combinations of food and cheese. And you can hear her muttering, just, if I add the white cheese to the bread here and some of the yellow cheese to this little bit of sausage. Yeah, that works. So she's not actively eating as much as she is
Considering
contemplating. Yeah.
it. I got you.
And like, if anyone is looking at her when she's doing this, I assume somebody probably is.
Yeah, I am, at least.
She will look at you and go, "Oh, sorry, this is just cheeses and dairies is it burns really hot, and I can't eat too much of it. So I want to have the best, and
Yeah, I completely understand. You want to make sure that every bite you have is the best bite you could possibly have, right?
Right, yeah, exactly. Fine-tuned, delicious."
That makes sense to me. So, let me know what you come up with, because I would love to try a little bit of what you decide is best.
So she ends up like giving you what she has currently concocted as the best, and it was like it's a piece of cheese. Oh, it's not a piece. It's a piece of bread in the white cheese, a sausage in the yellow, and then like a piece of strawberry that's been dipped in like the wine sauce. And like if you eat it, it has a very like complete flavor to it. Like it's complex, but not too complex. And it finishes off with like a very sweet and slightly tart and sour strawberry note. I guess the flavor profile is well-rounded.
Yeah. That is delightful.
Oh, you think so?
Have you done work as a chef?
No, I don't know. I just enjoy the flavor of things and I try to make the best of it. I don't need as much food for fuel, so I like to get, the biggest bang for my buck.
Absolutely. I think it's a good way to go about life, honestly.
Yeah, life.
Hmm?
Nothing. It's
What's all that about then?
it's just there's this big debate of whether or not Warforges, automata, if we're, alive, if we have souls. And it's a debate. Like, we are around for so long and we slowly forget parts of ourselves, and some of us become more of ourselves. I guess I'm the former?
Come again now?
I'm not sure about the souls part, but I think you're alive.
She said, there is a debate about whether or not automata and and then she said, and some say that some of them become less of themselves over time and others become more of themselves, and she thinks she's the former.
I could probably ask the hammer if y'all have souls.
No, sorry, she's the latter. She's the latter, not the former. She feels like she's becoming more of herself than losing herself. I got mixed up because
So she believes she's growing.
yeah, she believes she's growing in certain ways.
Excellent. That's good to hear.
I think that's the real scary part, is the fact that I'm stepping into the unknown constantly.
And that's
You don't know
scary?
what's... I mean, really, it is a little bit.
I mean, yeah, you seem to be a planner, and if you don't know what's ahead, it's hard to plan for what's ahead.
Yeah, but the journey is part of the whole point, right? If we don't figure out where we're going, then what's the point of any of it, right?
Yeah, that's true. It's like skipping to the end of a good book. There's no point.
And for what it's worth, I think you're an excellent book.
Oh. Well, thank you. And at this point, this is where Lilia comes over with a few bottles of wine, which she just briefly thinks, oh, here's the wine pairings. This one's sweet, this one's a little tart, and this one's just a little bit sour. They pair well with, well, all of them except for maybe the wine sauce. Wine with wine, that might be a little too much.
Yeah, it get a little bit whiny.
Huh? Depends on the quality of the wine, I'd say.
I mean, wine sauce would have the wine cooked out of it, wouldn't it? Or am I misunderstanding?
Usually does, yeah.
Well, the alcohol cooks out of it, but the flavors of the wine stay still. The whole point of using the wine is to have all the volatile flavors agents inside of there.
That's so.
Yeah. At least that's what my alchemist friend told me.
Okay.
No.
No, go ahead.
So I think Keza kind of like wordlessly challenged Terry to an eating competition of just seeing who can create the biggest stack and dip it.
Yeah, basically. I'm trying to think who's doing what. I forgot for a moment. Terry's the one that's like just making this huge thing, and Rini made a big huge thing, but that was to tease Arleon with it.
It's working.
But as the night goes on, more and more things are added to the table. You're not getting really full because this is a fondue meal, and there's a lot of cheese in these pots. Not to mention, like, these are small little bites. They're like hors d'oeuvre sized servings. The bread gets exchanged for different types of breads. Eventually, there are other things being served, like there's these like cheese puffs, like not like the Cheeto stuff, but like it's like a God, what it's like a
Like
cheese, not a curd. It's a cheese pop top. It's like a little. It's almost like a tiny souffle, but it's entirely made of cheese and like some kind of binding agent.
I don't know what you're on about.
Oh, you get them at like fancy restaurants. They're really tasty. It's like
I've never heard of this.
I've only had them once. They are very good though. Like I want them so all the time now. And the worst part is they're free. The first one, they can order more of them. The first one's free, but you can order more of them for $20. It's a whole scam. It's a scheme. That restaurant, they know what you want. They get you addicted first.
Damn.
But yeah, more things are on the table. Instead of just cube bread, you have like sliced bread that seems to
Nice.
have some kind of seed inside of there. There's a tapenade now on the table. A few various things like salmon mousse, like just kind of fancy little eats, like little hors d'oeuvres. The first course was more to get you used to the whole dipping and serving thing. This one is more trying different flavors while you are eating the cheese. Lilia explains, oh, so what you do is you take some of the bread, you dip in the tapenade, and then you eat that, and then you eat some cheese with it, like either a piece of bread or a piece of meat. It's real good. And here's a charcuterie, by the way.
I love charcuterie.
I just realized you're currently eating the fanciest girl dinner ever.
Uh-huh.
Arleon is just treated to fanciest girl dinner ever.
Yep.
Sounds lovely. No complaints.
Arleon is also definitely asking for like glasses of ginger tea.
So Lilia looks at you with a pitiful like expression, like, oh, right. She like scoots you like just a bowl of ginger candy. You're probably going to need this.
Thank you.
Oh, what's wrong, wuss? Can't handle a bit of cheese or charcuterie? Come on, it's light stuff.
I can handle a bit. This is maybe 100 bits.
Yeah, this is
Oh, you'll
pretty
get
heavy.
used to it. I mean, I hope.
Oh, if it's with you, sure.
She just stares at you, mouth agape, and just like starts trying to hide her face and muzzle behind her hands, while muttering, "Oh, you idiot!" And during this time, because you've been busy trying to compete with Terry, you didn't notice, but Terry has constructed a little tower of cheese and bread cubes and slides it your way, Keza.
Oh,
I call it the Leaning Tower of Cheese.
oh, that's brilliant.
I don't know what's
I mean-
referencing, because, but it's referencing something.
It's referencing cheese. Right?
Yeah,
It
cheese!
came to me in a cheese-fueled fever dream.
Yeah,
Relatable.
that scene from the Goofy movie.
I mean, is this all for me, or do you want to share it?
I was thinking we could start on one end and meet in the center, but I don't think I
that's
thought this through.
We can try it anyways. I don't know how any of this works.
Yeah, let's try it anyways. Sounds like a good idea. I mean, what could go wrong? Like, not like people go into food comas or nothing like that.
Looks at Arleon.
And Keza's just going to, like, smile and then readily dig in. Smile at Terry.
Terry just smiles back. Her face is covered in cheese.
Oh, absolutely same.
And while Arleon is like talking to Rini, and Rini's distracted, Arleon notices the cheese on his like skewer vanishing slowly, and you hear a little, "I'm doing you a favor. I'm doing you a favor." As she tries to finish, as she's eating this horribly heavy cheese and really can't handle it. There's this little dragon shoving these like hunks of cheese and bread into her mouth and trying her best to swallow.
She's just a horrible idea for both of you.
I'm gonna like whisper thank you in Sylvan.
It's really good, but it hurts.
How you doing, Ellie?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. Thank you. Well, thank you for inviting me, and your friends are very interesting.
Yeah, it can be a bit much to deal with, but they're good peoples, you know?
I understand.
And that's what's important. Surrounding yourself with good people, right?
Yeah. She wants to say something, but she doesn't. She seems to hesitate. She paused and say, "Well, I guess here's to good memories at least."
Absolutely. To life, love, and living therein. That's the toast that I like to give.
Yeah, that's perfect. And now we're gonna shift. Wait, I don't know. It is first off, is the man unstinkied right now?
Yes.
Okay, we will move to the Buckinator. Where are you going, Buck? We're gonna say after this time you have been able to clean yourself.
After overall just washing and getting a couple things done at the house, he would currently be walking through the market districts to see if there's anything that might be useful, especially since they have been getting a lot of money recently.
So currently there is a auction going on. It is for superior elk meat. People are gathered around requesting large pieces of it. Interestingly enough, nobody knows what happened to the prime cuts. However, even the subprime cuts of this beast is worth a lot. There are people just sitting there with paddles trying to get the biggest chunk of whatever they can, even if it's just a tough roast. In the crowd, you notice a familiar face.
Oh,
It's green, it's muscular, and it seems to be trying to figure out what is the best piece for the price they can get it for. Selig would know immediately that it's Doran.
Oh, Doran, hey there!
Oh, Selig. Interesting seeing you here.
Yeah, we dealt with some poachers today, so I went to just go clean up, and now I figured I'd walk around. Everybody else is kind of busy at the moment.
Yes, I've been quite curious about this. Superior elk meat. Quite large. It's impossibly large for an elk.
Oh, it's from the, it's from an arc beast.
What? How do
there-
you... He just leans over. How do you know this?
Me and my friends are the ones who hunted it.
Oh, that explains what happened to the primates.
Oh, actually, that reminds me. I need to go and pick up our portions.
Do you mind if I go with you? This auctioning is... Well, they are scrambling over scraps and paying top dollar.
Oh, sure thing. I mean, you're a friend of mine, so I don't see any problem with sharing some of it with you.
Sharing... You are joking with me. you would
No.
part with.
There is like a look of shock on his face. Like you've just offered him something just absolutely price. I mean, technically you have offered him something priceless, a piece of a prime cut of this insanely rare animal that you've hunted.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just
I am glad that you think so greatly of our friendship.
I mean, when we were talking before, you understand a lot of the things that I talk about that a lot of people don't. And I saw how you treat your cooking, and I cooked alongside you. You're a good person, and you care about the people who you're feeding your food to. I can't think of any better type of person to give some of this to.
Right. Well, if I ever hunt down an epic beast on my own, I will definitely share some with you. Now, let's leave this affair behind. It's wearing on me quite.
Okay. Come on. I can show you where we're supposed to pick it up.
and he will follow you to the harvesters.
As we head in, Selig would smile and look around. It's like, hey there.
Instead of the people that were that you used to seeing here, there is a rather large minotaur standing behind the counter with a rather lanky-looking elderly elf.
Oh wow.
The brains
I've
and the
never
brawn in that order.
I've never seen you two in here before. Hi.
Yes, quite. I believe you are.
He looks at the order list and like the sketches that someone has made of the customers.
You seem to be the Selig, is that correct?
Mm-hmm. That's me.
Well, we have your order prepared. You wished for the prime meats and some leathers, was it not?
Yes.
The leathers will take a little bit to process, but the meat itself has been properly aged and butchered. We have put them in large pieces so you can divvy up the slices as you wish.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Where can I pick it up?
Right here.
He says as he picks up the this massive bag of like 200 something chunks of prime arc meat.
Oh, wow. That is a lot of meat.
Yes, do be careful how much you eat of this stuff.
Oh, why is that?
It is quite potent in terms of its energies, you see. A little bit might strengthen you, too much may corrupt you.
Hmm.
Writes a note to self. Do not store in reach of little spark.
Meanwhile, little Spark turns into Giga Spark. A small, high-pitched version of "Can You Feel My Heart" starts playing.
Hmm?
Yeah, so you have 200 pounds. That's roughly 50 meals worth if you wanted to cook it all into meals. Or daily meals worth. Like, because rations are hyper dense, light packed things that have been dried out. Fresh meat would be fresh meat takes about 4 pounds to count as the day's ration.
Oh.
I wouldn't recommend you eating nothing but meat for like an entire day, but that's about how much you'd need. I remember trying keto. I ate so much meat. It was the happiest days of my life.
I did like my keto diet. I miss it sometimes.
It's very expensive.
It is. That's the downside.
You're telling me if I eat nothing but cream cheese and meat, I'll lose weight? Excuse me?
Mm-hmm. It's true. It works well.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's hard to build weight when you're in ketosis, so...
Mm-hmm.
I mean, watch out for rapid starvation.
Well, rapid starvation only happens if you are only eating lean meats and and nothing else. You're expected to eat some amounts of vegetables.
Yeah, you should have a lot of it.
I was told not to have too much because the fiber messes up your diet.
No,
But,
it doesn't.
It doesn't? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I was told by multiple sources that it messes up your diet, so I avoided eating too many fibrous vegetables. Anyway, back to game.
Back to Arleon being ketoed by a kobold.
Yeah, so he drops a sack of 300 gold in front of you.
And here's your share of the proceeds. Things sold very quickly.
Oh, thank you.
And as you look at the scrawny elf, he's just holding this massive cleaver, and he just looks over at the Minotaur.
When do I get to cut things?
I completely blame Uli for this this dynamic now.
Oh, this is a lot. Hey, Dorn, want to help me carry this?
Oh, of course. It would be my pleasure.
Selig would try to sort them between two packs and carries one and hands the Doran the other.
So, where do you want me to put this?
Guess I didn't really think of that. Actually, if you don't mind, we could take these back to where me and the others are staying, and we can figure out how best to divvy it out there.
Of course. We will do that there then.
And besides, that'll make the pieces that we end up needing to carry out a lot easier to move, because then I could probably ask Fig to help out.
The horse.
Uh-huh. Yeah, Jenna's horse Fig is really smart and really helpful.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I did hear of people talking about the horse that created a monopoly.
Yeah, that was Fig.
Peter, Peter, the horse is outselling us.
Really? Family Guy? Okay.
Okay, no, just the horse jokes in Family Guy are actually pretty funny. Also, Lois makes me laugh because I've recently found the Lois being mature thing again. Um. Anyway, you make it back to your place. You probably have some idle chit chat with Doran about cooking and everything that entails. You are honestly having a really great time. Well, I won't. I can't say you're having a great time. That's up for you to decide. Doran has having a great time, however. You talk about some recipes you might be trying, some recipes that specifically his experimental stuff, and he wants to like see if you'll like do you'll do them up for your friends to see how they think. A lot of it is fried foods because that's like his like current obsession.
So, I know that people have been cooking cheese. And people cook cheese a lot. But could you imagine if you were to make a pocket of flour and dough and then surround the cheese with that dough and fry it?
It would be a zone of calories, or also known as a calzone.
No, he's talking about making a cheese stick.
Huh, I've never thought of that, but that actually sounds kind of interesting. Because then it would be nice and crunchy on the outside, but then like gooey and cheesy on the inside.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking.
I think that sounds like a good thing to try out. Maybe more as a side dish though, because that much oil and cheese all at once could probably make someone sick if they eat too much.
Like half this table, from the sounds of it.
We'll call it an appetizer, like we did with the onion rings. Something you eat before the main meal, but the amount of regret from eating too many, it must be a party dish of sorts.
Honestly, that sounds like a pretty good setup. I think you've got another good thing to try out for your customers there.
And I know a lot of people think that this is poisonous, but tomato as sauce from the poisonous nightshade family. Except for the tomato is not poisonous. I'm sure you already know.
Oh, yeah, I've tried that before. I ended up making something I'm not sure what to call it, but it's a nice topping and dipper for some things. It's kind of viscous. I mixed the tomato with a bit of vinegar.
I did the same. Oh, I feel like we're going at the same pace, but sometimes I feel like I need to catch up.
Oh my god.
Hey, that's a good name for it.
Catch up! I like that! And maybe add a little sugar and we strain it to make it smooth.
That's actually a pretty good idea. Yeah.
And as you enter the house, we transition back to date night. Imagining Jenna just like, just sitting there like, God damn it, what am I witnessing? What am I not witnessing? You know Jing would be losing her mind over this too, though.
Hi.
Jade, on the other hand, is not as fond of puns, apparently. Anyway, you have moved on to the main course of the meal.
Most of the party having date night. Meanwhile, Selig and Doran are inventing the TGI Fridays menu.
Right?
You know, that could, for two people hyper fixated on cooking, that might count as a date night, but you know, a platonic one.
Doesn't have to be platonic if you know what you're doing.
I'll leave that up to the hyper fixated on cooking fellow.
It's going to be really, really funny because, like, somehow in 3 years, none of your party member would have married their partner, and somehow Doran and Selig have like moved in together so they can like have like best friend time as often as possible and cook crazy things, and they end up getting like put into a civil union before anyone else gets married.
No, they get married for the tax benefits.
I mean, that's what a civil union is. It's kind of like a state applied thing if you live long enough together, and it just gives you, I think, the same benefits as marriage.
Yeah, but they're not well versed in the law, so they didn't realize that was an option, so they get actually married.
Do you, Sailor, take this Doran as your lawfully wedded best friend?
Platonically married. God, that's what the carriage says. That's like all the like bottles and cans being trailed by this carriage that says platonically married behind it.
Also, that's got to be my favorite gender, Doran.
Doran is the gender, yeah. What gender are you?
Doran!
What do you have between your legs?
An axe!
But yes, as we return back to the restaurant, the cauldrons of cheese have been moved. They have been replaced with entrees. There is basically what is a beef Wellington on the table now.
Beef Bellington.
For a joke, I'm going to roll performance. There is fear in Arleon's eyes.
There's fear in his eyes. Oh god.
Oh, I've never tried one of these before.
So as you cut into the meat, you notice that that the knife glides perfectly through the meat, and there is a large amount of marbling, and strangely enough, the meat itself seems to be of a lighter consistency. It pairs well with the duxelle and puff pastry. I think it's what it's called, duxelle. The
I think it is, yeah.
the minced mushrooms.
Yeah.
And as it's served around, Arleon, your fear was unfounded. This is cloud cattle. It is a beast from it's a beast from the Aether.
Roast beast.
Roast beast.
Owen's gonna be much more like quickly eating this when he does get his portion.
I don't know why. I just imagine because the noises you're making that Arleon is just sitting there crying while eating it. Just like it's finally food, real food.
Finally, it's not 80% grease. The last one wasn't actually 80% grease. It's just biased.
Yeah, so everyone is really excited about this. Ellie has essentially started figuring out the most ideal way to eat this. So you have the proper amount of duxelle to meat to flaky pastry ratio. Drawing a little line with a knife and fork on the exposed sides of the meat. Oh, I think you just crashed, Uli.
I just crashed.
Yeah, you're no longer showing up in the list of players.
Yep. Lost connection, and then we established.
Oh yeah, reestablished. There it is. There you go.
Okay, I think Arleon's probably going to take the lead in cutting this then, and cutting portions off at least.
Yeah. You can, unless someone else really wants to cut it. I don't think anyone will stop you from cutting it. So at this point, like, while you cut this meat, everyone is awaiting their portion. I imagine you just hand out portions, as you see fit. Probably as even as you can make it.
No, for Rinny, I purposely give a smaller portion at first and then give her another second portion, so it is the same size, but it looks like I gave her something smaller at first.
First she puffs up, and then she's like disarmed, but still puffy about it. Oh, I get it. You're teasing me. There is like a little bit of glee in her voice, but little Spark, who had just grabbed the end piece because she likes to crunch, looks over at her and just slowly like slithers into the backpack.
Did she take an entire piece, or?
She took an end piece.
Okay. Appeasement, sacrifice.
And then you have Terry, who is surprisingly able to instruct Keza on which knife to use.
Oh, thank you. I've never been to a dinner like this.
I mean, you don't really have to use the proper knife. It's easier to cut. Like if you use a really sharp knife, the serrated ones, well, this kind of meat, it gets all tangled. It shreds. It's not great. So you actually use your you use the butter knife actually.
Oh, I never would have thought about that.
You can also just use magic. It's easy as just do a little. Whoosh, I say, cutting a piece off.
I don't know if I know anything for cutting. The hammer's a little bit more about blunt force.
Yeah. Well, I think it's already tenderized, so we're good on that front.
Keza hits it and it turns to pieces, like perfectly. Oops. The hammerer works in mysterious ways.
At this rate, Keza's gonna invent the slap chop.
She just walks up to the enemy and they look at her weapon. It's literally just like her hammer, but with like just various scimitars glued to the ends of it, and they're just like, I give up. I don't want to deal with that shit. But Ellie is now cutting into the meat and eating it.
Oh, this is very good.
Mm-hmm.
It's somehow light, airy, and flaky at the same time.
It's pleasant.
It's not overwhelming.
Mm-hmm. So, what are we thinking as far as work go? I don't know. I probably shouldn't bring up work at the table.
What was the question?
Just thinking that I probably shouldn't bring up work at the table was all. To see how people, I'm curious how people respond to it.
Well, Terry responds first, and Terry says,
Oh, well, you're all rangers. I'm the odd mouse out, so if you want to talk about stuff that you're involved in, you can talk about things you're involved in. But I mean, a break is good too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rini, what kind of missions have you been on recently?
Oh, you know, lots of poachers recently.
We had to deal with some of those too.
They're getting really brave lately.
One of them said something
It's
that
weird
caught my
considering some of
ear.
the things we've seen up there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, our guys said they saw some kind of weird tendrily monster thing.
That's news to me.
Yeah, said it moved around without making noise.
Arleon is writing this down.
Well, I think one thing I should mention is, we've also been dealing with poachers, but they were a lot more geared than poachers really should be. Full metal armor.
Full metal armor? Really?
Yeah. They're using crossbows to hunt.
Seems a bit out of scope for poachers, doesn't it?
You're not sure what they're doing out there. Couldn't even take them alive.
Hmm.
Yeah, bands of loyalty on all of them.
That doesn't sound like poachers, though.
Well, they were definitely poaching, and
That's fair enough, then, I
I don't-
suppose.
I don't know why they'd be poaching. It seemed like they could have gone anywhere, sold off some armor, got their supplies there, and just, I don't know, worked a proper job.
I think they might be working a proper job. Doesn't it sound like it?
Well, theory could be is they're mercenaries, but from where and or whom?
I mean, poaching is a job, right? It pays decently.
I mean, I suppose there's no duty fees you have to pay for processing and distributing, but at the same time, they only make as much as anyone else does, minus the fees.
Unless they organized and had a more organized system, in which case they suddenly would. You see what I'm getting at?
I mean, sure, but like, it's just weird, you know? They could be making more money bringing in poachers than poaching.
I suppose with those yeah.
I mean, the Rangers Guild pays really well too. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm really confused why we're seeing so many poachers lately.
So, at what point does a thief become a bandit camp?
Well, I suppose they'd become bandits when they start attacking people rather than animals, but
No, I'm not talking. No. This is a hypothetical question. When does a thief or a highwayman become a camp of highwaymen? Become a bandit camp? Stick with me on this one, okay?
When they band together?
Thing is, this is a rhetorical question back at the towers. The answer is when there's enough of them to organize together and work together. The answer is there's no specific time, but if enough people have the same goals and the same plans, Of course they'll work together. Why wouldn't they, right?
There's got to be a catalyst then, or a very strong leader of some sort.
Not necessarily. Just enough people working that think they should be doing the same thing. It doesn't even have to be anything as impressive as a... Yeah. Doesn't even have to be anything impressive at all.
Democracy.
Teamwork.
And if the things we dealt with bandits, that's really strange.
And that makes Rini ponder to herself, thinking of what could they want to be doing to such a degree that they would gather into bandit camp. Because poaching is one thing, sure, but there's got to be some other operation, right? Like,
No, not necessarily is what I'm saying, both in character and out. If people are getting together to get, if all it takes is for them to have a buyer, and as long as someone's buying, then there's going to be a point to selling. See what I'm saying?
So, what you're saying is they're unintentionally becoming part of an ecosystem where they're more valuable than poaching itself.
Yep.
Because now they're outlaws.
Mm-hmm. It's exactly right. Now they have people who want to work with them.
But at the same time, they become the hunted as well as the hunters. Their bounties are worth more than the pelts they get, but they are unavailable to get such rewards because they are now outlaws and will be known by the law who they are. They have trapped themselves.
Maybe, but as long as they have somebody who's willing to buy from them, then they haven't trapped themselves at all.
Now the question
as long as they have
is,
someone willing to buy from them, the question is, where do they get supplies from?
well, the interesting thing is, it's disturbing that they would use bands of loyalty of all things. That's a real statement, really. That's saying whatever you have, whatever secret you have, is important enough to die for.
Mm-hmm.
But this is coming from a bandit camp. Or at least
Yep.
mercenaries that were hired by bandits. That's my theory.
Did ours have bands of loyalty? Because we got most of ours alive.
No, if they had bands of loyalty, they'd be dead. Unless they surrendered.
Where did you encounter these bandits?
Oh, they were in the eastern woods.
Huh.
You know, the ones near the big tree?
Huh. Do you think there's something out that way that's more valuable in that way, or some secret worth protecting, or
Probably the camp.
Yeah, well, for ours didn't have bands of loyalty. Ours were just mooks.
oh, I misunderstood. I was trying to find out where the ones with the bands of loyalty were, because that's pretty.
What do mooks mean?
Scrubs.
Like orcs, hobgoblins,
Mhm.
not very good gear. I'm not saying orcs are mooks. Orcs are nice people. I know a few of them that, honestly, I would consider some of my best friends and some of my best customers. But these orcs, they weren't very civilized. Nor were the hobgoblins. And they had dog people that we couldn't understand.
We encountered some of those too.
Laughs at all my jokes, though.
Here, they laugh at everything.
I realized that after the third pun.
And there's the one that doesn't laugh anymore. He was the most beautiful of them all.
Well, If someone's got a band of loyalty, then someone's controlling that band of loyalty. If someone sorry, the thing that stuck with me is that they could have easily been lying, but when we were talking to when we were bringing in some of the poachers, they talked about how they lived in the forest. I don't have a whole lot to think that it was true. I don't have a whole lot to think there was really anything to that statement other than, what if they did? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but they didn't seem concerned about the increased the more dangerous animals that seem to be filling the forest. They didn't seem to think it was a danger to their camp.
Yeah, but the point is that, how many people live in the forest? When we came out here, we were told the answer was 0. We were told that the forest was uninhabited, ergo anybody in the forest must definitionally be a poacher. I really hope you see where I'm going with this.
You think people are being mislabeled as poachers?
I think either people are being mislabeled for poachers, or there is a poacher camp that has its resources outside of the city here.
Hmm.
Either one is definitely worth consideration. Right?
I mean, yeah. Especially in our line of work.
But the poacher, again, the way that they reacted to us talking about the wolves like Big Puppy, but more aggressive, would lead us to believe that their camp is not in the forest.
Maybe. I don't know.
Or their camp is so overwhelmingly strong that they don't think that even registers as a threat to them.
Well, I would like to ask, if they are that strong, why aren't we seeing all of their men wearing the same kind of gear we encountered? When it seems you and Rini's party encountered rather ramshackle gear.
No idea. But I do think that it is worth spending the time to figure out how many people actually are living in the forests.
And how do we do that?
Oh, I have no idea. That's above my pay grade.
I mean, the ones we encountered were pretty determined not to tell us anything about the camp.
I'd say we could need to do some sort of magic sweep of the forest. Just systematically go down the woods and ping it out with queries. You know, find person. Just basically casting find person on a grand scale. Organized. But, again, that's above our pay grade.
Yeah. Should we at least bring up these concerns with someone higher up, or?
Do you want to be responsible for it?
I mean, I have no idea.
Gotta say, this has been the most intriguing date I've ever been on.
Yeah, sorry. I grew up most of my life in the towers, so it just sort of bleeds into my thoughts. Sorry. It will happen again.
Oh no! It's like a mystery theater that I didn't have to pay for. I'm here for it. I'll just sit here and eat my beef well.
Close enough.
And Terry just starts eating her meat while listening in on your conversation, like it's the most interesting thing that she's heard in a while.
Probably is.
Besides maybe euphoric ramblings, but those might not be as
When you start hearing not romantic, like euphoric ramblings every day, they probably start sounding a lot like they start sounding the same eventually.
and certainly not as coherent as this conversation.
I'm just imagining Terry just like bored, wondering what Keza is doing, and like trying to like nurse some guy screaming about colors and music and dancing in the sky and religious experiences.
Yeah. You can see the face of Thule.
Anyway, there's a lot of pieces on the table. If you want to keep figuring it out on your own, you can, or if you want some hints, you can also roll insight. It would be a fairly easy roll. I'd say a fairly easy roll for Jenna at least.
Makes sense. Okay. I will make that check. Yeah, insight or investigation? Probably investigation. I want to roll investigation.
Investigation is usually actively like picking up and looking around a room kind of thing.
Yeah, investigation is putting together clues for a puzzle. It can be whatever the DM if it says it is.
Insight is like knowledge about people and groups that you are interacting with. Also, like I generally use insight as like a mean to understand like an organization. If you're doing a mystery though, like this, investigation is probably the most prudent, especially with Jenna's background. And that's a 16, so that's a higher success. So, Jenna, the thought in your mind forms that there would be a reason for having ramshackled individuals, and then also having highly geared, more secretive individuals.
Hierarchy?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you would use your less trained individuals for probing.
I mean, I already brought that up. The idea of having I already basically.
Oh, I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that.
Yeah, the idea of it being a community with and of people who have grouped together. I mean, that file's completely in line with that idea.
Well, I was talking about specific tactics, not just the grouping of people.
Okay.
Like you know that there's a hierarchy already because of the different gear, but like the information that it would be new is the fact that it's likely probing strikes, and then they're sending in their elites when they figure out that they found what they wanted to.
Hmm, hmm, hmm. Okay. Well, cool. Yeah. So if the idea of them having a culture and that is accurate, if you don't mind me continuing this train of thought. Okay, that's all right then.
Party response? Party response?
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't mind you continuing.
Well, if this idea of them being organized is true, then it would also make sense if they had different roles and tools and, well, their own stuff going on, right? So if they all have their own roles and their own values, then what they could be doing probing strikes, trying to gather information to figure out what's going to be the best way to handle. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here.
No, that makes sense.
So if that's the case, what's is worth trying to find out? What is high enough value for them to be trying to explore and discover? You see where I'm going? We see where I'm going with this?
Yes. I mean, at least I believe two of the parties that we have encountered are going after just strange creatures.
Mm-hmm. Going after strange creatures is...
Maybe maybe there's some parts of those that they want specifically, but I don't know.
Well, we know that the big creatures... You know what I mean. No, we know that those big creatures have a very worth a lot of money. It could be that simple.
Yes, but aren't those big creatures very rare? Like it takes a really long time for them to get to that state.
It's a big forest.
It is, but also
We found
imply that
one...
they have
We
some
found...
idea that they're there.
Mm-hmm. We found one relatively close to home. Not, like, super close, but... definitely close enough to be worth considering.
Oh yeah, Rainy. I forgot the robot's name. I'm so bad with names.
Ellie.
Ellie.
Oh yeah, Rainy, Ellie, did you see the Arc Oak? Or did you hear
Ye-
about it?
Yes, we heard about it. It was reported upon. Guild made a big deal about it. If it was an Arc Beast, I think that wouldn't it make some kind of track?
Its hooves seemed to be wilting the grass around it when it was stepping.
No, I'm talking about if it was in the forest.
It's true. The oak itself probably would have left a trail of wilted plants at least. And with how big it was, it'd be hard to miss. My thoughts almost go to this increased poaching activity looking for strange beasts, and at a similar time as we've noticed, well, at least the poachers noticed some strange beasts, and then we noticed the shadowy dire wolves and a hawk beast. It's almost like they know something. It's like more weird animals are coming about, and they know it.
That cat.
Like almost if they're putting something in the water to make the animals get weird.
That seems a bit far-fetched, but...
I mean, yeah, it'd be hard to, poison one watering hole and affect a significant number of creatures in the forest.
Well, that wouldn't make sense for poachers.
Ellie starts to like talk about it.
When they did an autopsy on some of the, well, puppies, their hides and furs were no good. They dissipated, and whatever was left behind was not integral enough to create anything out of. You couldn't make leather out of it. It would be scraps. So why would poachers want to intentionally make
those things?
I don't know.
You're right. I mean, the chorus be, a failed attempt, but the way that the wolves were talking, or at least the way that Big Puppy was talking, they seem to be, well, yeah, I think they talked about, like, I forget what it is, like a mother or something that makes them, or blesses them.
The exact wording was "Mother makes us."
So, the shadowy direwolves, at least, seem to be, well, it could just be that phrasing could just be a misconception on the wolves' part of, well, the wolves make more wolves, and that's the definition of make that they're using. But it could also be that each one is made unnaturally. And I'm sure, quote unquote, making an arc beast would be quite hard and probably be more of time manipulation than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
So I suppose growth hormones might also work, but that'd be a lot for one creature.
Actually, this is probably something Keza could know.
Oh.
If you want to try to roll a nature check,
Okay.
it's not a very easy one.
Yeah, I don't think I can.
Yeah, you don't unfortunately get that one. Unless someone else wants to assist and roll a nature as well. It would give Keza an advantage, which lets her roll another dice.
I will try.
Oh, yeah, Keza, go ahead, roll again. Oh, the same exact roll. Okay. So that's a 15, essentially. Well, at least it beats the 15. So Keza, you're not entirely sure if this is accurate or not. But the most common belief with theologians is archbeasts are some kind of primitive form of either cleric or warlock. You're not sure which. They might have some kind of connection to some form of patron. You're not sure if it's divine, or if it's like a god, or if it's just something that is powerful, or just a font of nature that has been contacted by the creature itself, either in a dream or in some other fugue state. But whatever happens, it changes them. And different things can happen to Archbeasts. A majority of the time, they do become parasites on the environment, but they become extremely powerful. The Archbeast you faced was actually a weaker Archbeast.
Oh. If I remember right, there's some talk about how Archbeasts kind of... They're not just big animals, they get, like, power from another source. So, similar to me, but I don't know if it's, like, a god or something else. I guess it's a theory, but it's the most I really know about. But they get power from some source and usually become a parasite on the environment in exchange for that power. But not always, I suppose.
I mean, still would be hard for these poachers to be the cause of that.
Yeah.
I mean,
At most, they could be connected to whatever source of power they get from it, but honestly, I don't know if I believe that.
did we have the amulet active when we were fighting the Archbeast?
I don't remember that all that well, if I'm being honest.
Because it'd be interesting to, if we had heard how it's at least in her voice was. Because at least Morph and the shadowy direwolves, they talk about like a mother creating them, which might, fill that greater power, granting them power. And the feral shadowy direwolves were certainly a bane to the ecosystem. But again, I guess that would be the pack as a whole would be the Archbeast, because it's not just one.
I'm gonna lean over to Ellie. How are you feeling about this?
About what? The whole Archbeast thing, the hierarchy thing, or...
I don't know. Whole thing. Part of me just wants to call it above my pay grade and move on. The other part of me says this might be the most important work that we can work on. I just kind of want a sanity check to make sure that I'm not being the weird one here.
I mean, let's be fair. This is definitely way above our pay grade, but all the elites, they're doing whatever. They're off doing some more important things. I guess fighting arc beasts that actually exist.
Hmm. Yeah, you're probably right. I just need to ease up, I guess.
It becomes important the guild will have us deal with it. So we either head it off early and try to do something off on our own time, or we wait for the guild to do it and get paid for it. Though regardless, I imagine the guild will be paying us whether or not we handle whatever this is or not. But there's just not enough information.
Yeah. I guess the question is, if we bring it up, are we going to be the one tasked with getting this information? You know?
I really don't know, because
And if
the
so,
guild
is that
doesn't
even
try
a
to
bad thing?
the guild doesn't force anyone to do jobs, but I look at it as getting first pick and dibs, I suppose, and then saying no if you don't want it.
No, it's kinder than I was about to expect.
I mean, you might be right, Jenna. Dealing with this might be above our pay grade, but maybe the guild needs information that we need the elites here to get the elites here.
I mean, in all honesty, if they put us on the job, I'm willing to work towards that, towards getting this figured out and finding answers about this. We might be able to help out a lot if we do.
Hmm. Hmm.
But I'll also admit I'm not the most adept at, figuring out what people are after with stuff. I don't know. I mean, like you've seen, I would have just trusted those goblins on the road, but turned out they were serious trouble.
Can I ask for an insight check?
Sure. In what nature?
I want to see if Kaiser realizes that I was trying to talk to Ellie,
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm just it's interesting. Don't be sorry. Okay, fair enough. I mean,
They're
What was your roll?
wanting they want you to roll insight.
Oh. Oh.
you don't have to. It's
I
fine.
misunderstood. No, I misunderstood. Sorry.
That was a basic success.
Fair enough.
Why did it roll with advantage?
Hmm.
Never mind. It's not even. I don't know. It's not even bringing up the menu for choosing to roll with advantage. It's just automatically doing it.
That's weird. I'm getting the option when I click on things.
Huh.
You were also moving strangely for some reason too. Maybe like some kind of combination happened.
Maybe. Might have been because there's a small creature that has been jumping around my.
Yeah, you
Area.
probably have some automatic things set on accident. Let's see. Oh, you probably okay. So, in your dice tray, there's like an advantage and disadvantage button next to roll.
Okay. Yeah.
You
I
probably
see
have
that.
advantage highlighted.
It was not highlighted, but.
It's very hard. It's very faint.
Okay.
The highlighting is very, very faint. You can barely tell.
Okay, that did it. Thank you.
So yeah, you have that's a basic success. That would be above a 10. And a 10 would be common sense level insight.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
But it's up to Jenna to decide, or Jade to
Right.
decide if 10 is high enough to understand.
It's your call. I mean, that's all.
like, I think if you had been talking to Ellie in that moment, then Keza wouldn't have realized it just by speaking out in that manner.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, an act of thoughtlessness more than anything.
Yeah, it's all good. Like I said, it's just an interesting brain think.
Huh.
It's a roleplay faux pas, which is a lot more fun than a real life faux pas.
True.
Watch a fox pass.
But,
I do also want to give Buck a turn. So-
Yeah. Go for Buck.
So we good to rotate to Buck?
yeah.
We rotate to Buck. Selig, you are currently with your bestest buddy in the world. Good old pal Doran.
Yeesh. Selig would mostly just be looking through the meat and trying to think of how much he actually needs for their means, and just thinks, let's see. I could probably give some to my folks. That would probably be a good idea. And
Oh God! As you say that, please roll a nature. Yeah, you're totally giving this to some of this to your parents now.
Okay.
The people at the lodge might like to have a meal with some. I might cook some up for them pretty soon. What about you? What about you? Would you like enough to like make some specialty dishes at your place?
Oh, yes, I would love to do that. It's quite a lot to ask for you to part with this, especially with the special preparations it all takes.
Well, you know, like I've mentioned before, I just do this to make people happy, and the more people that are able to like enjoy this, especially if they're people I don't know, then the better.
This is true. Let's say this. How about this? You separate what you feel you want to give me and your others, your friends, your parents, your lodge, and we reserve the rest that you don't need for yourself for a time when we can collaborate together. If not done properly, this meat could simply be wasted.
I suppose you've got a point. Let's see, I got 200 pounds of it. That can make quite a lot of meals. Salig thinks for a minute, and he, like, sets apart like 20 pounds off to the side next to Doran, and a 50-pound batch off to a corner, and then thinks about it for a second and just puts another 25 to a different corner. And then at that point, the rest is just sitting there alone for a little bit. And it's like, this should be good for the party's needs for now. And that 50 pounds is probably the absolute minimum I could give my folks. They're pretty big eaters. The rest, and of course that bit I put next to you, is how much you can experiment with, unless you're not quite sure if that's enough, and the rest I can just save for if it's needed.
Whoa, that's generous. Do they know how to prepare the Archbeast? Do you know how to prepare Archbeast, in fact? Because I
Well,
don't.
Yeah, it's gonna be the first time I actually did it, but my uncle taught me a while back. Well, less taught me and more knew I liked cooking, so he let me observe while he did it. Once took down an arc boar with his bare hands.
That's... Huh. Right, the one that is huge.
Oh yeah, uncle's pretty big. Honestly, he probably could have suplexed to the elk that I took down.
Interesting. For someone to be able to prepare Archbeast meat, that is very important information. We should... do you know where your uncle is? Can we talk to him?
Well, he doesn't like to come back in town very often because most of the buildings aren't exactly comfy for him. But there is a hunting lodge that he hangs out in that, well, anytime he starts outgrowing it, he just rebuilds it, so he tends to spend most of his time there.
He's still pondering about the nature of a creature that can fight an Archbeast single-handedly.
I'm guessing it must have been a young one. But even then, that's a feat of strength.
Yeah, I think so. Uncle said that it was no big deal, and that the other rangers had taken down much more interesting things.
And he just cooked it and ate it.
Yep.
And he didn't get bigger or smaller or develop powers.
I mean, not exactly that we could notice, but then again, considering what he was capable of in the first place, and he tends to hunt alone, it's entirely possible he did, and we just never noticed.
Is your uncle the son of Krim?
Son of Krim?
The son of Krim. There's legends written about a creature that could defeat almost anything. He's a legend in town.
I mean, I guess it's possible. I never really paid attention to what everybody else called him. I just know the few times I got to see him was really exciting because he'd always have some fun stories.
Well, many people apparently know him only as Red. Because he hated the fact his name was Crim's son.
Oh. That would actually make sense now.
Imagine your father naming you after him, but not like Junior, but like Crim's son. Like, could you imagine John naming a child and then having him being Johnson? What ridiculousness would that be?
Well, I mean, it also could have been because of his color.
Oh, right. You're a family of red scales. Oh. Well, unless you're not.
Well, Mom's side is. Which is where that uncle is from. Dad's side are blues.
Did you tell him to cheer up? I'm sorry. That's interesting. Red and blue.
Uh-huh. Watch. And then he just opened his mouth and let a little spark of electricity fly out.
That's biologically cheating. I mean, it's incredible, but that's biologically cheating. So, let's say in the future you find your perfect mate, and she happens to be another separate creature, like let's say a black and a white scale. Would you then just have a child that just looks at the elements and says no, thank you?
Well, I don't think so. From what my folks have told me, more often than not, it's kind of rare for more than 2 elements to take with a kid.
Oh, well.
The way my mom puts it is that she figures that even if I was with somebody else who was hybrid like me, odds are the only part I'd pass on to them is the red scale. Because since I am visibly red, that's the more dominant one.
That makes sense. I think. But you can breathe lightning.
Yep.
He starts drawing like a square and starts writing down letters next to them.
Red, blue, and
God, not the Punnett squares.
He's making a Punnett square.
and it's like a 12% chance that your child could be some obscene, I don't know, elemental resistant creature that could just say no thank you to elements and breathe all 4 and 12% chance. That's not a whole lot. What's the chance of that ever happening?
As far as I'm aware, it hasn't happened yet. And I mean, we Dragonborns have been around for quite a while, so you'd think if it's happened before that it's either somebody who we've never really heard of, or because they just didn't do anything, or because it just hasn't happened. Well, unless you believe one story.
Oh?
Yeah. There was old stories and legends that claim that one of the oldest dragonborn we know of was a child of Tiamat, and people believed that they were a child of Tiamat because they were immune to all 5 of her primary elements.
Interesting. Very interesting.
It just... Dad thinks it's an all overblown legend of just somebody who had really good magical skills, but... who knows?
I wonder if they are still around. Well, they'd have to be thousands, hundreds of thousands years old by now. But I mean, dragons, there's dragons that have been around since then.
I mean, it's possible. I mean, I'd assume if someone were naturally that powerful, they wouldn't really go down easy either.
That's true. But no, the dragons, the ones that are really old, they're crazy a little bit. They talk about things like thinking machines and iron chariots. No such thing like that exists. Did it? No, no, imagine a thing that pulls itself without horses or magic.
Would be pretty cool, though.
Yeah, it would be really cool. Why, when I had the opportunity to talk to one of the elder dragons, a very long time ago, it still resides in the mountain home. It enjoys smelting metals for the dwarves, and I guess it eats the gold, but they said that people used to live in large glass towers, like wizards.
That sounds interesting, but you'd have no privacy.
Yeah, how would you get privacy in a glass tower? Like, what if you had to change your clothes, use the bathroom? Walls are made of glass, how do you do that? Why would you do that? And if someone throws a stone, does the whole thing come down? No wonder the ancients stopped existing.
Would better explain why we don't see many ruins from that age either.
Well, they probably all fell apart.
Then again, if there was a way to make it work, I guess the only way you'd know about it is if you were old enough to have seen it.
Well, this is true, but they might also just be crazy.
I guess that's true too.
But if they're not, that'd be incredible. We could talk to them about food. I don't think anyone's ever asked those questions. I don't think anyone's ever asked the important questions to dragons. What do the people of old eat?
That's actually a good thought process. I think I might need to... Ooh. I could... Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's gotta be... That's gotta be some ideas now. If my jobs take me out far enough, and I can find some of the old dragon dens, I could see about learning about old recipes from them that may have been forgotten for decades, centuries, maybe even millennia.
You're gonna talk to a dragon?
I once consumed a dish that was delicate and delicious, made only of onions. They called it onion rings.
Yeah, had that.
How?
I would like an entire basket. Now.
Yeah, this dragon just
Basket?
this dragon just flies over to yeah, this dragon just flies over to paradise to eat onion rings.
Sally gets super excited going to visit dragons for forgotten recipes, and just turns out, nope. Turns out that they just ended up reinventing the things that they were eating before. And it's like, oh, well, on one hand, I'm kind of honored, but on the other hand, dang it.
It's called TGI Fridays because TGI is the first initial of the 3 dragons that keep coming every Friday.
Oh my goodness.
Well, surely you won't have this one. You have never tried the mozzarella stick.
Fried cheese, right?
Yeah. So, yeah. After you're done talking about the dragons and divvying up the meat, what do you want to do? Are you just going to head to your parents' house and?
Yeah, I think so. I also just like, hey, if you wanna actually see a couple of more experienced Dragonborn, I can actually show you to my folks when I drop this off.
Oh my god, you're introducing him to your parents?
Oh my god, you're not even in a relationship other than being best friends. You're showing to your parents. Oh no, your parents are gonna misunderstand.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
Honestly, I'm pretty sure Selig has the romantic awareness of a brick, and they know this.
Oh god.
In fact, I feel like if Selig actually brought over a actual partner, they would be more surprised than anything.
I know exactly how to approach this now. So you're just going to your family house now?
Yep.
Okay. So it takes you about the amount of time that the conversation in the restaurant has been going on for, and you make it over to your family's house. I'm going to imagine that. Let me see. I'm gonna do a roll. Your father and one of your uncles is home. Actually, no, let's just say your father and mother are home. So I'm guessing you just knock on the door?
Yep.
Get on the floor? Everybody do 2 times? Okay. It on like the third knock, the door opens. You said it was a blue, right? A blue dragonborn opens the door, and he just looks at you.
Hello, Selig. Son.
Hey, Dad. I'd like you to meet my friend Doran.
Nice to meet you, Doran.
What is your last name, by the way? I need to. Does Selig have a last name?
I did not think of one.
Okay, in that case, I am going to randomly name your parents if that's okay.
Yes.
Okay, so your father's name is Baut, Balt, and your mother's name is Fira. Names that make sense for their elements, at least. And Doran holds out a hand.
Right. My name is Doran, as your son has said. Balt. Vera,
Yes, dear?
we have company.
Oh, I just finished baking cookies. They're your favorite kind. The not burned kind.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, sweetie. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. This is my friend Balt, or my friend Doran.
my friend Paul. That's my husband. I'm glad you get along with your father, but that's my husband.
I've never
I
met
know
this
him.
man before in my life.
I've never met this man before in my life.
That's where half your DNA sequence comes from, son.
Yes, she basically just waves hello to Doran, and Doran like gives a polite little nod, and he just says,
Yes, hello, ma'am.
Oh, and he's so polite too.
I wanted to stop in and say hi, and also to give you this. We have some prime meat from an arc elk.
I'm going to contact Red.
No, he just said, no, never mind. That was the wrong voice. Your father just looks at you, looks at the meat, goes,
Arc beast meat. Prime. Good. I will contact Red. Or perhaps, honey, contact your brother.
and your mother would step away for a bit, go to another room, pick up a stone, and then, call your Uncle Red, who is huge enormous. God, what a weird age gap for siblings.
You'd be surprised.
Like 200 years later. Honey, I want another child. Okay.
I mean, I never said how many aunts and uncles I have.
Oh my god. Just separate. Oh my god, what does your grandparents look like at that point? I'm gonna show you to my grandpa. Why is that mountain moving? Why is that mountain moving? So your father looks over to you again.
Any other business, son?
I mean, not really. I mean, we wanted to talk to Uncle Red anyway, because Doran would like to learn how to prepare arc beast meat. He's a cooker too.
I see. That is very convenient.
Also, if there was anything we wanted to talk about as well, because I mean, I actually have done my first couple of jobs for the Rangers.
Ah, good, good. Following in your uncle's footsteps, that is a noble profession.
We've actually discovered a couple invasive species in the forests.
I think I heard news of such wolves, correct?
Yeah, dire wolves, but they can turn invisible. And, well, we found one that was a lot more normal temperament, but the others are like hyper aggressive and territorial.
That's... I do not know what this could be. Remember, son, your old man is but a humble enchanter.
Yeah, I kind of get excited about these things. It's because it's I love to cook, and hunting is an important part of that. And if I can help people, I do it.
In this household, noble professions, hunting, going and killing poachers. A less noble profession, enchanting items.
Selig would look at Doran. It's like, Dad's really great at enchanting, but I was never able to figure it out myself. Kinda leads to some issues sometimes. If Dad'll get excited about something, and I'll just be spinning around trying to figure out what it all means, and then I'll do the exact same thing about cooking and hunting to him.
Right, I don't mean to, speak in a way that confuses, humble enchanter.
And then, like, he leans over to you.
This does explain why your family has multiple houses.
Yeah, we even if it's just like one or two people visiting, not exactly a lot of space for a lot of my elder relatives. I mean, we actually have to flat out leave the city when Grandma and Grandpa come by.
Why is that mountain moving? Um, they're honestly probably not that big. I imagine it slows down eventually. They're still probably like regular dragon size at that point, though. I'll need to. I am going to have to like write down your entire family tree and get heights for everybody. Like I'm going to contact you at some point, and we're gonna sit down. We're gonna decide how big your relatives are, because that's a thing we're probably gonna have to visit eventually. That's like a that's an actual possibility. Kez's family is probably also very complicated. I would imagine, because they're enclave kid. Like, Kez would go to their enclave, be like, "Hi cousin, hi cousin, hi cousin, hi cousin, hi cousin, hi cousin, hi aunt, hi mom, hi dad, hi cousin, hi cousin."
Damn, this last stormtrooper.
Yeah. Um.
Also, I'm just imagining that Selig's grandpa has a hearing horn, not because he's hard of hearing, but because it's just so hard to hear people from the distance from just his head to them.
God, some like nobleman come.
By noble decree, I order you.
What was that, Sonny? Hold on, I need my hearing horn.
And in saying that, he blows away like half of their army.
He gets up and half their army gets flooded away from the landslide. Oh God. Sorry. Doing world building during sessions generally not good form, but I just find this too funny not to touch on it because I'll forget if I don't. Once I touch upon it, I remember. But if it's a potential, it gets forgotten.
Well, if you return the next day or two, I believe your uncle should have arrived again.
Oh, okay, that's good. Actually, come to think of it, when that happens, I should bring my other friends. It'd be nice to have you meet them too. They're my new work buddies.
Healthy work and personal life is important, son. And is Doran your work buddy as well?
Oh no, me and my friends went to a club, and Doran works at the bar there, but he wants to be a chef, and we actually got to cook together, and it was so popular that now he can actually sell food at the place he works.
That is good to know, that you have advanced a friend's career so far. And what are your future plans with this Doran friend of yours?
As Doran's just kind of standing there being talked about, like just goes whoosh over his head.
Well, when Uncle Red is here, me and Doran were hoping to talk to him about learning a bit more about preparing Arc Beast meat, because that's honestly a pretty big thing, and because he's my friend, I'm sharing some of the meat I got with him, and we talk over recipes and like kind of go back and forth to try and help us like go through ideas of things we want to cook. And the idea, like one promise we made was that in a couple thousand years, if we're both still kicking and we've just drifted apart, to come and find each other again to compare how we've gone forward with our cooking.
Your mother is like holding the sending stone in her hand, and she's like, there's a tear going down her cheek. And your father just puts a hand on your shoulder and just says,
Son, just in case, and I'm not saying this is what it is, but just in case, your mother and I are proud of you.
Just in case we're proud of you.
Okay.
because he doesn't know if this is a relationship or if it's just friends. Because Salik is just like this. The child that is so dense that if they ever brought home a girlfriend, they'd be like, "Oh, you're just a work friend, right?"
Salik just shows everyone unconditional love and respect to the point that it's just like, okay, is he dating no one or is he dating everyone?
Oh no! Oh no! This is Xenoblade. No, he'll like come home 100 years in the future with kids, and they're just like, are these work-related children?
What orphanage did you adopt these guys?
he comes home, obviously married to somebody. There's kids that run around, and he just has to grab his wife. Honey, I don't know. I'm not sure if he's actually. But yes, your parents are. Your mother is hopeful. Your father is proud. You have the ultimate, like, most romantic best friend Val, and you're just best buddies. That is the best part about it. You're just best buddies.
But yeah, and oh, just so you know, in case you wanted to visit us instead anytime between when Uncle Red gets here, we're staying at the like the secondary house, just up that way. It's me and three of my work, and the three people I work with. There's Jenna, she's a war witch. There's Keza, she's like a really she's like a really cool, uh, cool mouse folk. She carries a hammer almost as big as she is, but she can actually use it. It's really cool. And Arrow, he's an air elemental, and he can kind of float. And he's got like this really sassy dragon in his backpack who kind of steals food sometimes, but in the like kind of like how a cat will steal food off the windowsill kind of way, not in a mean kind of way.
You have very interesting friends.
Yeah, I really like spending time with them.
Son, that is the most important part about friendship. Don't be like my other brothers. Do not turn it into transactions. You must keep things... Oh, what am I talking about? You're you, Sayla. You'll never do that.
Yeah, the closest thing to a transaction that happens is that every once in a while when I leave a treat out for the fairy dragon to take, she'll leave a silver coin behind. I think it's a Fae thing. I'm not sure.
So, uh, your father pinches the bridge of his nose and tries.
Son, that is a dragon thing. You have made an accord with a dragon. Even if it's a fairy dragon, it's a dragon. That is a thing to be proud of.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Nothing to be.
He's just kind of like sitting there, like kind of like thinking, "What the fuck did I miss?"
Pure of heart, dumb of ass.
Heart of gold, head of stone, stomach of iron.
Oh, but in any case, if we're interrupting anything, we can just head out now and talk later.
You weren't interrupting anything at all. It is good to see you. Well, also, why are you staying in that old shack? Why aren't you in the good house?
It was closer to where we were at the time.
He gives you like an unbelieving stare. Like he's not disappointed. He's just, yes, I made this. I have to live up to it.
I guess that, because, you know, we came back pretty late after our first mission, so when we went there, it was, like, late. I guess I never thought about suggesting to moving to the other house. I should probably do that.
You probably should move your friends into the good house instead of a rundown shack that we were planning to demolish.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that when I'll do that when I get back to them tonight. They're all on dates, you see.
When you mention that everyone else is on dates, your mother cries another tear.
Oh no.
She's like, it's finally happening.
Your father looking at your mother like, are we sure that he's not currently on?
Like, is this? What's happening here, honey? Do you know? I'm gonna imagine that you are like an anomaly in your like in everyone but your uncle's eyes. Like I'd imagine there's like strange stories about you as a kid belching out fire and perfectly cooking a steak somehow. Everyone's just like, "Aw." We should make a compilation of strange things Selig has done as a child. That would be a fun thing to do. But yes, your father, your mother, and Doran. Doran, being the dense himbo that he is, does not understand the implications of the room. Is just simply smiling in like the cozy glow of domestic happiness that your mother and father are exuding. He is just happy to be here and has been taught at a young age to not interfere or interrupt a person's conversation with their family or their parents specifically. So he's just sitting there being polite.
He's just sitting there, enthusiastically.
Anyway, son, is there anything else you need?
No, not sure what I need. Oh, actually, as an enchanter, you know, someone who'd be, like, good at stitching leather, right?
I could stitch the leather.
Oh, right, right. Sorry. I actually, it's gonna take a couple more days, but, I'm getting a little bit of leather treated from the Arc Beast, and I wanted to make a vest out of it.
Interesting, an Arc Beast vest. What do you want to put on it?
I guess I never really thought about that. I kind of wanted it to symbolize my first victory against an Arc Beast, but, I guess that would be a really good material for, like, the kind of work you do.
Yes. If you ever decide on what you want, I will do it. Consider it a gift from your old man.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Dad.
Anytime, son. If any of your friends need something, if you bring the materials, I can do the same. I am invested in your success, and if that success is bound to your workmates, then, well, I guess I don't really have a choice, do I?
Thank you. Thanks, Dad. I'm definitely gonna let them know. This is probably stuff I should have told them before.
Everything has its time. Anyway, don't let this old man keep you. Have a good rest of your day, and... Honey?
Yes, have a good day, dear. I'm glad to have met Doran. And, well, I guess you should go find your friends. Goodbye,
Okay.
dear.
Okay, bye, Mom. Bye, Dad. Love you both.
We love you too, son.
And he'd smile and like run up and hug them both as best as his 5'3" self can with their sizes. Like he's an adult, but compared to comparative sizes, it's like a toddler running up to their parent anyway.
God.
And then after that, he'd just smile, wave, say love you to them both again, and then head out.
Didn't you have a bigger brother? Like a larger brother?
Yes.
Was he blue or red? Does he have a name?
I did not think of that.
I will say he's blue just to make the symmetry between brothers. His name will be Dorn. He should be a wizard or a sorcerer, so despite being huge, he's the weaker brother.
That does sound amazing. Do it.
Yeah. And I'm guessing you'll be running back to the party at this point?
Yep.
We'll say that you've regrouped at this point, and this is where your conversation had, like, reached. The whole, should we report this to the guild? We probably should report this to the guild. But if we report this guild, are they going to make us do the job?
Sally completely unaware of the conversation they were having before then. Hi guys.
Oh, hi, Sally.
Oh, hey, guess what? I actually went and picked up our portion of the Arc Beast meat today.
Oh, how much was there?
There was 200 pounds, but if it's okay with you guys, actually I already did it. I should have talked with you beforehand, but I gave 50 pounds of it to my folks, and I promised to give 20 pounds of it to Doran so that he could try cooking with it.
Sounds like you were having a similar time to us.
Oh, also, I forgot to mention, my dad's an enchanter, and he just told me that if we needed any enchanting done, we could just take the materials to him and he could do it for us.
So it really just went right over his head. Neato.
Oh, and in a couple of days, my uncle is going to be coming to visit, so I wanted to introduce you to my folks and my uncle.
Do you mean the one that's the size of a house?
Yeah, him. He knows how
Sounds
to cook
lovely.
he knows how to cook Arc Beast, so he's gonna be coming to help prepare the bit that I gave to my mom and dad. And I also figure that I could talk to him and learn a bit more about it myself and teach it to Doran.
I don't know if I pity your parents.
Oh, also, Dad suggested that tonight we should move into the good house.
There's a good house?
Yeah. I took us to the older one because that was the closest to where we were when we first came in after our first job, and and uh, Dad asked me why I was in there and said that I should just move us all to the good house.
Okay, sounds good to me.
Yeah, honey.
I'm kind of
I'm content
spiraling
pretty
again,
much
aren't
with
I?
You're fine.
There's currently an incomplete map that's literally just called the Good House.
Did he bring the orc with him?
Yes, the orc would still be with orc. The orc. No,
Sometimes they
he is
forget.
he's a Doran. Remember, he's a Doran.
All right.
Oh wait, no, Doran is his gender.
Adorable.
Yeah, Doran is his
Doran's an orc.
gender. Yeah, Doran is his gender. He's Doran, the Doran orc. There we go. Doran just waves at everybody.
Oh, hello. I hope your date night is going well.
Same to you.
He squints and like it looks like he's thinking really hard.
Right. Thank you.
Well, they do match.
And Keza, while there's a back and forth between Arleon and God damn it, did I say that with accent? I did. Arleon and Doran. It's not a hard to forget name. It's not. It's weird. It's like easy to remember, but at the same time hard to remember. It's like what the.
It doesn't
Anyway.
stand out.
It doesn't. It's
Also-
very generic, unfortunately. Also, what?
Meow.
Did Uli just die?
No, but Stella did.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, Stella did die. Uh-oh.
Stella's muted for a bit. So they might have had something they needed to go take care of. I don't know. It is.
Yeah, it is 11. It
10
is
o'clock.
12:30 too. We could wrap up here, especially if we don't know when Stella will return.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
This was definitely a bit more of a. Oh, there's Stella. Never mind. We can complete the thing. One thing if we need to. You can do one thing as a party right now, and then we'll wrap up. Whatever that one thing is. Did you want to report the thing to the guild, or do you want to hold off for later? This is still technically date night, but I mean, it's turned into a business conversation.
I'm gonna roll stealth.
I mean, I would say we can tell the guild about it later when they're on other business. I mean, well, I don't know. If it seems like an immediate concern, then do whatever.
Rainey almost certainly notices Arleon scooting his chair closer.
She just looks at you. What are you doing? And then she just like, oh. And she just scoots her chair over too. Just slowly scooting chairs closer to each other while like everyone else is having a discussion.
Oh, Terry.
Yeah?
Do you like sports?
Oh, I like sports.
Would you maybe want to go see a game sometime?
Oh, yeah. What do you want to do? We can go watch a nest raid.
Yeah, I was thinking something like that. Yeah.
And like while the conversation is winding down, Ellie is going to offer.
Jenna,
Yeah?
if you need, I could deliver the information to the guild for you if you would like.
Sure. Why don't you go ahead and take credit for it, too? I'm being serious. That's not sarcasm. I'm sorry. I can come across that way sometimes.
No, part of the information was yours, so I will credit your team as well. That way they will give you updates.
I mean,
yeah.
Jenna, why don't you just go with her?
Yeah, okay.
So she gets out of her seat. Lilia panically runs over with like a little a paper box, and hands each one of you a paper box. Inside is a piece of cake, the same cake that you weren't able to eat because a strange dragon turned into a cake-shaped thing. But you have a box of cake. I guess you're just going down to the guild with Ellie.
Mm-hmm.
So while walking down to the guild hall, her hands get close to yours, but doesn't necessarily brush them.
Mm-hmm.
It's she's hinting, but she's too shy to actually reach for your hand. but you make it to the guild hall, and of course the elves are a little too close again.
Go ahead.
And Ellie looks at you, and then, like, seeing your silence, she'll just simply say,
Well, we need to talk to Copper Scale.
and at that point, they pull out a small stone, they whisper something into the stone, and the guild leader's room opens, and I guess Jenna and if you want to follow at least, Jenna and Ellie will walk inside, and the doors will close, and we'll go back to everyone else.
Okay.
Unless you want to give it the report right now.
Oh no, I want her to give it a report.
Okay. Yeah, I will do that then next session, because that is going to be a lot of me talking to myself. That is a thing players like to do, isn't it? To get the DM to talk to themselves.
I mean, I just don't want to be the one to have that conversation. I thought I made that
Okay.
kind of clear. That I don't want to be
No,
the one
no.
who's responsible for it. Therefore, I don't want to be the one to call attention to it.
Okay, no, fair. In that case, I can just give synopsis. She gives the information over. A Copper Scale nods at it. Copper Scale then slides over 2 bags of 100 gold to each of you, because that is valuable information.
Mm-hmm.
And he starts writing out the paperwork to have this put on a bulletin. And they dismiss you, and you're able to just exit. It is now something that you are able to get information on if you wish. It is not a requirement for you to pursue the mission. And it turns out Ellie was a 13th rank, so they're close to elite, but not yet elite.
Oh, she implied that she was a lot lower than us. Neat.
She is newer than you, but she is also an ancient Warforged.
Yeah.
So they gave her advanced placement. Is there anything else you want to do, Keza, Arleon, Selig?
Elena's gonna like whisper to Rini of like, actually, how late in the day is it right now?
It is probably getting on to about 8 o'clock.
Okay.
Or no, was it a lunch date or a dinner date? I think it was a dinner date, wasn't it?
I think it was dinner because I think we got the poachers back and then we came here.
Right. Okay. Yeah. You would have gotten here around like 4 or 5, and it would have been 6 when the dinner date was. Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's about 8. It's about 8.
Arleon's gonna like kind of whisper to Rini of like, "You want to go to the birdhouse sometime later, like someday later."
Yeah, that'd be really cool. The birdhouse, you mean the aviary, yes.
Sorry, I'm having a hard time thinking. I think I ate too much.
He just sighs and like wants to call you an idiot, but doesn't want to say it when you're like,
Fool.
when you are comatose on food. And what did you want to do, Kez? Did you... Oh wait, you already said you wanted to do something, right? Go to place.
Yeah, like later.
Yeah,
asked
later.
if-
Yeah, I wanted to go watch sports, and
Yeah.
Jenna and Ellie went off and reported to Copper Scale. Selig, you do your last thing.
I'm not really sure what else Selig would be doing because.
Okay, good last thing. Jenna, do you want to do one last thing?
Absolutely not.
Okay. In that case, we're going to wrap up here.
I
Thank you
have
for
one
coming.
last little thing.
Oh, yeah.
As they're parting, Arleon like pokes Rini on the forehead and says, "You're cute."
She just goes, "Ah!" And just like does the whole, tries to hide her face and just kind of scampers off into the distance. Anyway, in that case, thank you for coming. I'm sorry that this was kind of an uneventful session. I guess some things did get solved in a way. You have now a steady way to get enchanted items. You have your stuff from the Arc Beast, most of it at least. And you have addressed the guild. You'll be updated if you want to be. And next session is most likely going to have a combat encounter, so prepare for that. And we will be going. I don't know. I need to check with the other group to see if they're even capable of running. And we will be trying to start at 8 next session, unless there's a reason to have to start at 9. Anyway, I will wrap up. I will raid out, and I will see you all later. Have a good
Later.
night, everybody.
Bye bye.
Later,
Bye.
Gators.
Bye.